Here's our big old boar, Groot, enjoying his morning hosing down. We're going to show you guys today kind of how we beat the heat here in central Georgia when we're having heat waves like we're getting ready to have. So come along as we do the morning cool down routine. Hey guys, it is Angela. I wanted to bring you guys a video this morning. It's kind of going to be a compilation video. I showed you just a minute ago our big old boar Groot getting in his wallow, but I wanted to come back here with our trio of feeder pigs. These are our babies that were born on farm last fall. And hi buddy, I'm just outside the line, so they're like coming up and sniffing over the line at me. But I wanted to show you guys kind of what we have done. So we just invested, we are out, by the way, on 12 acres that the front 8 was essentially hay pasture. So we are working with no shade out here, no natural shade. And we have huts, and they're really great. We can move those from paddock to paddock, but we realized that the pigs and everybody, even the chickens, would be a lot happier if we got them a little more shade. So what we've done is just recently we invested in some, I believe it's 80% shade tarp off of Amazon, and we've got it up with T-posts, and so far the pigs have not dug them up. And what we have encouraged them to do is to dig their wallow where this shade will be at the highest point of the day. So around, 11 to 3. And what we've done is we have started them hosing them down in the mornings like we like to do, in where the shade will be at that 11 to 4 o'clock kind of time frame. And they naturally will dig down. They will naturally kind of make a little pond, and we continue to hose them there. After a day or two, they will actually have it down enough and smoothed out enough that we can pour water there and it will hold most of the day. So what we do is, in order to kind of protect ourselves from the heat too, so we don't have to come out in midday, is we will fill their wallow up with water. Good 2-3 inches seems to last them most of the day. And then that space, even if the water dries all the way up, which so far it hasn't, it might on the 105-degree day this weekend, but so far that 2 to 3 inches of water has lasted them most of the day. And when by evening it's mud, it's like a thick mud, but at this point in the day they are just enjoying it. They're cooling down, and it gives them a little extra shade too while they're in their muddy spot. But I will take you guys up to the chickens now. But aren't they so cute? They so enjoy their mud. This is what a pig needs. Pigs need pasture and a little mud hole. That's all pigs really need. So I'll take you up to the chickens and kind of show you what we're doing with them too. See you in a minute. Everybody loves a mud hole. Hey guys. Hey mamas. Hey daddy. Hi little mama. This mama's due in November. This mama's due in September. Give us a belly shot. Look at that belly. She's gonna be big mama. She's our good girl. That's Sweet Pea. That's Clover. And that's Big Daddy Groot. He loves the wallow. And last but not least, I wanted to show you guys what we have done for the chickens. So their huts, which you can see behind me, those are Justin Rhodes's chicken track, or chickshaw, that's what he calls them. Those are his chickshaw, and we absolutely love them, and they do throw a lot of shade for the chickens. And at our previous property that was mostly oak and very dappled shade, very nice property, it was perfect. They had enough shade from the huts, they had enough shade from the trees, they were grand. We noticed here that with it being wide open, that was not enough shade for them. So what we did for them is we also got them another one of these shade tarps, and we've got it on the 3 posts. And this seems to really be helping. So we were having an issue where they were hot enough, and they were just a little stressed. So when chickens get stressed, their egg production goes down. So we were noticing they were not having nearly enough eggs for what we assumed they would do for this many birds. So what we did was we invested in a shade structure for them. We are actually moving them towards a different system that we are going to test out for our laying flock. And but this has helped a lot. We've got it to where their water, let me see if I can, yeah, there's the water. We've got it to where their water will be in the shade in the afternoon, so they can go in shade and basically be able to get their water without having to go out in the full sun. They still, we've got them in 3 of the Premier One electric nettings right now, because we've got about 80-ish birds probably. The numbers are a little fuzzy. There's so many of them, you can't tell. But I'm gonna come out so you guys can kind of see how much shade it actually does offer. But for that many birds, we've got them in 3 nets. We could probably do them in 2. We're kind of trying to get them over to the other side of the property, but they've got tons of grassy space all along in here. We've got them divided between 2 huts, and then we've got that shade tarp, and those have been really, really nice. The triangle ones are what we went with. I believe this is a 28 by 28 by 20. I could be wrong on that, but we've got to where one post is higher and the other 2 are lower, so that the water doesn't sit on it. The water really doesn't sit on it. It is permeable. The water will go through, but we noticed that it was with all 3 of the posts being the same, it was slow enough that it kind of started to make the whole thing drape. So we've got one end higher than the other 2, and it seems to be working really well. They have been laying better since we got it, so that is a nice thing. We'll see how it goes with this next heat wave that we're supposed to get. But wanted to give you guys kind of those ideas, those tips and tricks that you can use for keeping your animals cooler, because I know that we've got a lot of friends in Kansas who are dealing with massive heat waves, and we've got a lot of friends here in Georgia who have animals too. So and we are getting ready to have one of those really, really high heat waves. But I hope that gives you guys some ideas. As a person who raises animals, it is very, very important that you give them what they need to stay healthy. That's kind of our job. That's our stewardship job. And if you are on a property that has trees for shade, that's great. And you don't have to worry about these things nearly as much. But if you're like us and you're out in the open, really getting them some shade throughout the hottest part of the day is going to be such a huge help. Giving your pigs water. I believe sheep also need at least a little bit of shade. I know sheep are a grazing animal, so they're used to kind of being more out in the open. But even when we do get sheep this fall, we will have shade structure for them. And then also, I know we have friends who have cows, and a lot of those people do have kind of a silvo pasture set up there. You know, they've made sure that at least each paddock has one good sized tree that the cows can go under. So shade, water, and obviously food, but nice green areas for your animals to be in is going to be giving you the happiest animals, the healthiest meat, and the healthiest eggs. So hope you all have a great week, and let me know in comments if you have any other questions about keeping animals in the heat of the summer. Bye.